Hello, lovely people. I decided that I wanted to take you along on one of my sewing journeys. This is George, and she is going to get this dress. The theme in the Grace Club has been Cinderella for the final month, and this is a Grace Marie Fitzpatrick doll by Robert Tonner, and I named her George. I've chosen we're going to use this pattern, which is designed by Jude. It is called Cinders. She has a full tutorial on her YouTube channel, and I will put that link down below on how she intended the dress to go together and with really great instructions. This is not a tutorial. I'm just taking you along on what I've done with the pattern. So I've chosen this fabric for the shirt, this for the overshirt dress, this part right here, and the brown for the skirt. And I have some organdy for the apron and her headscarf. And I will also be using it because of its lightweight nature for the lining. And I am going to be making this up as separate. So she'll have instead of it being all one piece as the pattern was designed, it will have a skirt, a shirt, and everything as separate pieces. So I'll be back with an update, and I will just continue to keep track of what's going on as I get things finished and share it to this video, which will just be that whole process put together. This is the progress we've made on the top. It's all together, and I fully lined the bodice part. The pattern calls for just lining the neck. I have a hard time doing that when dealing with that small, narrow piece of fabric and getting it to turn and lay right, and I'm never happy with the results. So whenever I can, I just line the whole thing. So she's supposed to have elastic across the neckline here, like down below it just slightly. I assume that, to try and create a little bit of a ruffle right here. And then she's supposed to have elastic in the sleeves. And I am not going to do elastic here. I'm going to just do a gathering stitch because it won't affect the use of the shirt. Like putting it on and off, it won't make it awkward. I will probably run my cheat of using shearing elastic and a running stitch so that you can still get past her hands, but have this come up and have the little ruffled edge. I was thinking I would just stitch it up with a running stitch and regular cotton thread, but I might have trouble getting past her hand. So it depends on whether or not I want to try and do it twice or whether I just want to cut to the thing that I know will work. And we've got her little bow is finished. So that's where we're at. All of this was stitched by hand. I didn't use the machine at all on the top, but I am going to pull out the machine to continue. This is what the interior looks like. I did finish it off so that the raw edges were underneath the lining on the armholes. It's a little challenging, but I think it's worth it to not have those little bits of fraying edges collecting on your doll. The other thing that I wanted to show here was that I pink the edges or scallop so that there's less fraying, and that I did the waistband with the lining. So this was just a mid-section that was supposed to be between this top and the skirt to give the appearance of a waistband without actually being a finished skirt waistband. So by lining it, I'm turning it into a waistband, and I'll gather the skirt onto it. Okay, I did the scalloped edge on this in lieu of clipping the curves. So you're trimming it down anyway, but you're also going to need a kind of clipped edge, and so instead I use the scallop. And the main reason I use the scallop instead of a pinking is because my scallop shears are better quality than my pinking shears. And so you could totally be using pinking shears for this instead. You get a little zigzag instead of scallops. The skirt is ready for handwork. I've got this ready to fold in and stitch down, and I used some seam tape. I happen to have a small stash of rayon seam tape, and hey, if you know where to get rayon seam tape, let me know. I have not been able to find a source. And I've also got this sewn up, but I did do it slightly differently than the instructions. I've left the back open because I've got the straps sewn in between the outside and the lining on the front part, and when I turn it, I'll turn this under and put the straps in and stitch that by hand so that the straps are inside instead of raw edge on the between the layers instead of just raw edge on the inside of the garment. Anyway, that is handwork, and well, hopefully I'll get it all done, and that should be the next thing I show you. Got the hem done and the lining obviously on the skirt done, and the top is put together the rest of the way. Nothing has snaps on it yet, so I still have that to do, and I still have the apron and the head kerchief. So there's, I think I'm going to do all of that by hand, and I'll have that for you in a while. Here we are, all finished, snaps and everything. The gathers that I didn't use elastic. I decided against it, and it's worked just fine. Goes on and off on her hand, over her hands, no problem. And I'm really like it. Let me get her into the dress so you can see it on the doll, and that'll be it. Here she is, all ready to clean up. I'm probably going to find the pair of black shoes I have and put those on her instead, but you know, the yellow ones give it a nice pop of color. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.